Whatever donations are given go directly to something. So it'll either go to a child getting services, it'll go to a child having a better playground to play on, it'll go to an educator being trained so that they can serve a child better. Every donation counts and it goes towards helping a child in many ways. We use the app Brightwheel, and what it does is really allows us to communicate with the families within moments notice. So it's like our own internal texting system. It also keeps all of the documentation secure for our kiddos. So, any type of reports and things like that, we can ensure that they'll only go to the parents, and everything will stay consistent. And then communication wise, it's the one place where parents can go and get everything. So they can get their newsletters, they get messages, they get pictures, anything for if a child gets hurt at school, we're on Brightwheel right away to tell a parent, like, oh, they got a boo-boo, here's the report, this is what happened. Or if they're not feeling well, that we can contact the parent immediately and let them know and ask, what would you like us to do? Do you want us to give them a rest, or do you want to pick them up? Like, those types of really direct communication help the families feel secure, but also when things are happening, if there was an emergency and we had to notify the whole school, we could do it in a moment's notice. So those types of things make us feel that we're doing the best job to keep the children safe and also the families informed.
And funding helped unlock the ability to purchase something like that?
Yes, because it is quite an expensive platform, and so we needed to have a bit of support from the community to help make it happen. And so that was a really huge piece when we received donations last Giving Tuesday, that we were able to put towards first piloting Brightwheel and then getting it rolled out for our families. Some additional support that we've been able to offer the clinicians we were able to set up brand new workspaces for each clinician. So since many of our children have communication challenges, we have a lot of different needs for reporting, communicating with the parents, as well as having ways for our kiddos to access different apps and things like that. So with some of the donations, we were able to not only do the workstations, but allow every single clinician and behavioral health therapist to have an iPad that they keep with them all day. And that way they can be used for collecting data, for communicating, and also as an alternative communication device for the children. So some of the apps can flip into like touch chat, something like that, where if a child's feeling frustrated but they can't express it verbally, they can use the apps that are on our iPads to help clarify what they need. So those workstation enhancements and the iPads, we also have new phone systems in all the classrooms. And again, we can reach out from the administrator right to the classroom for anything now. And so that's another one of those secure, safety methods that allow me to sleep at night. So, like, I know that if there's an issue, we can reach everyone, in a minute. Our behavioral health program has doubled in the past year. We started it in June and we had just a few kids, and now we have 10 RBTs here at the school, and it's allowed us to work with a lot more challenging children here. So, and also to serve them in a way where they can spend some time in the classroom that's here kind of running as almost practice, so they'll go into the classroom, they'll experience a circle time or a table time where they can be a part of it with support from their RBT, and then step out when it gets a little bit too overwhelming. And then as they're doing better with those types of things, they can stay in the classroom longer, and it allows them to kind of build up to those skills. So this program has been an amazing program for development and progress for the children. The parents are thrilled with the progress they see in their kiddos, and they're really getting ready to be successful at school independently. So the model is working well, and with help and support from the community, hopefully we'll be able to add a whole nother level of behavioral support. So we're hoping to double the program in the upcoming school year. In our early intervention program, we have kiddos that are age 18 months to 3 years of age. Last year we were able to offer one class called Little Sunshines for 9 children, and it's been an amazing program, and it's always had a huge wait list. And so this year we were able to double it. So we not only have Little Sunshines, but we have Little Rainbows. And so now we're able to serve double the amount. We've increased the class size and added a few more clinicians into the class. So that's another one of those wonderful programs that we're providing all the foundational skills for the children, and then getting them as far as we can until they're age 3, and then they can either go to the school district programs, or they can stay here with us, or they can go to another preschool. So we try to set them up for success depending upon, you know, what their goals are. This year we started our Friendship Club, which is our social skills program. It was a program we did before COVID started, but during COVID no one wants to be social, so we stopped that. So now we've started it back again, and what it does help with is some of our kiddos that are a little bit more shy, have a hard time interacting with peers, have a hard time knowing how to just take turns and share and play with other children their same age, due to like communication difficulties, due to a diagnosis of autism. They can come to a safe place in a small little group and work with 4 clinicians and educators to develop these skills. So we make it as fun as humanly possible in a bit of a routine, and they are having so much fun. We're teaching them with the fun how to communicate and to be confident with their peers. So we're trying to make them great friends. So this year, SOI put together a management and leadership training program for all of our educators and our clinicians. So we worked with one of our board members, Joe Carlucci, who's taught us all about psychological safety and how to communicate effectively and how to lead and give and receive feedback. So all of these critical skills when you're in a classroom working with others, or when you're in therapy and you're working with families. So we're trying to equip them with as many tools as possible. So throughout this school year and moving forward, we're training our educators to be leaders, and then the other assistants and things that are in the class are also learning how to be leaders by mentoring and moving up. So the goal would be, as an assistant educator, you move up to an associate, then you move up to a lead. And so we're very much encouraging growth and development as our program grows.
In your opinion, why is it important to continue investing in staff and your team?
Because they're working with the children, and if they're feeling great and confident and happy, then the children will thrive. We had a gala in the spring, and so we raised $40,000. The parents put it together in our development committee, which was amazing. And so that money is specifically for the playground development. And then we are also trying to create another therapy area here at the school. We have a room that we need to open, which will help us expand the behavioral health program. And we are also working on creating some working spaces that are a little bit more flexible, but private for our educators and clinicians, so that throughout the school there's some more like work spaces and break spaces that will allow them to recharge throughout the day and be better at what they do. We secured a contract for preschool subsidies, so that families that need the support can come to the school with a more sliding fee scale to allow more children to access the program. So we have preschool subsidies contracts. We have the Vote Family Fund, which is a straight like financial aid, like transition program. So with the Vote Family Fund, families can donate, and then we will offer scholarships and financial aid to kiddos that are neurodiverse and need whatever, therapy, school, the social skills program. So the Vote Family Fund is one way, our preschool subsidies are another way, and then as we get donations, folks will tell us which direction they want it to go in, but it's allowed us to do a lot more for families that can't afford it.